Gonna
Yeah.
discuss the top four.
Hi guys. So I'm back, Mr. Neutral. We are going to talk about the top four race.
Yes.
Obviously, as we know, United are in second place. We've got Leicester in 1 point behind them in third. Then, if the match stays how it is right now, we've got the Chelsea-Liverpool game going on as we go. If Chelsea do win that game, they move up into fourth. Everton currently occupies that after their 1-0 victory over West Brom. Then you got West Ham. And you've got Liverpool. Spurs won earlier. So between Spurs in eighth and United in second, there is 9 points.
9 points. And Spurs have a game in hand.
And Spurs have a game in hand. And not to mention Villa has 2 games in hand as well. So it's all mad right now. Truth. Who's going to finish in that top four?
Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. I wouldn't be surprised if Leeds suddenly going around and end up in the top four. I personally said that counter-attacking football is not sustainable for a Premier League season. And it's no coincidence that United, Leicester, to an extent Tottenham, are on, you wouldn't say the best of form. I know Tottenham won the last 2 games, but they weren't great today against Fulham at all. Fulham probably should have got a point for that game. I thought they would have better.
Yeah, I heard it was a robbery still.
Yeah. West Ham, I expect to fall away because I don't know what they're doing up there. I don't know what they're doing up there, but they're up there. And Everton are just unconvincing. The only team for me, shockingly enough, I would say guaranteed right now is Chelsea, based on the form Tuchel has them on. I'm still not even fully convinced about Tuchel, but if I was to pick a team out of there that's definitely going to be behind City, it would be Chelsea for now. Apart from that, it's a free-for-all everywhere else. United have the points advantage, but the way their form is going, I wouldn't be surprised if they drop out. But I think when Paul Pogba comes back, there will be a much better side, and they should just about keep in the top four. If I have to put my house on the last place, I'd probably just say Liverpool. Just for the sake of it. But even I'm not convinced about them. So, yeah. That's
I hear that. Mr. K.A., Leicester are in the driving seat in terms of being in third place. But why is it that people are still unconvinced that they can finish they will finish outside of the top four, considering that they've in the last seasons they've won a Premier League, they've played in the Champions League. Why is it that people are still doubting the fact that Leicester can finish in the top four this season?
I think people are still doubting that they can't finish in the top four because of there's still some of the residuals effects from last season that people are kind of doubting them. Like we all saw their demise in last season, and people have questioned in the past Brendan Rodgers is kind of like now for winning the league, getting the job done, winning the league, basically putting in that top elite management level performance in terms of leading the team to the title or to even a convincing finish, like I said, getting the job done. So I think people are already questioning their mentality for the second half of their season that they had. And this second half, even though they've been playing really well, the second half of their season has been a little bit hit and miss.
Up and down. It
has been a little bit hit and miss. Even though, but I think when they've hit, it's been such convincing performances that it's kind of not looked as bad as last season's performances.
Yeah.
So, but they're still there. There's still those underlying signs that still shows their mentality is not quite there yet. And
injuries.
And that's what I was about to say. And now the injuries that are now happening, it's kind of like just expose they've got a thin squad. They don't use too many players. So now they now they're without Evans. They're without Barnes. They just got Vardy back. But he just had surgeries and he's playing 90 minutes. He's played a lot of games. Like he's been out for a few weeks and he's already played a lot of games. So they were able to manage their defensive injuries because they had good young defenders coming up and they're quite solid. They were able to do a job, but their attacking ones, they're too thin up front. Iniacho, Perez, they're just not good enough compared to Barnes, Maddison, Vardy. They're just not good enough. When you bring in, when you're relying on guys like Albrighton, you're relying on guys like just the name Albrighton sounds like you should be playing for West Brom. Like when you're relying on guys like that to come on and change the game, then it's difficult. It's difficult because I that's why I think people are doubting Leicester and the way they're performing. Maybe they doubt themselves. Maybe that now they're like, oh gosh, we've like managed to survive, keep our head above water all this time, but maybe they think we haven't got enough because they're being forced to play Pereira right midfield right now. Last game they played Ndidi and was it? Did they play Mendy as well?
Sonchu, centre back.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't know. I'm just shaking my head because I don't have much hope for them, even though I would like them to actually do well.
Yeah.
Because they had that fairy tale season and then they managed to kind of keep themselves around the top four where everyone thought it was just a one-off. They'll fall back to mid-table. But they've been up there. So I'm like, okay, I want them to still do well now. But
no, I hear that. And like the injuries may be detrimental to what happens to Leicester. To coincide with the mentality thing. It's one thing to be trying to go for top four, knowing that obviously you've got United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs like challenging, but it's another thing to try and do that when half your starting 11's out. It's a bit crazy. Truth,
2-star guys as well. That was a haymaker.
Truth, what? I am actually interested in this response. Why can't Spurs make the top four?
Come on, you know why Spurs can't make the top four. Two words. Jose Mourinho.
Trophy Mourinho. But hold on. He's won anywhere he's been. It seems like Spurs are starting to win again. They've got the ball rolling. If they win their game in hand, they would actually go into 6. And obviously, beating you lot in the North London derby could propel them on next week, which is going to be brilliant. It's going to be a special, guys, so make sure you tune in for that. Could propel them to better things. And Gareth Bale looks like he's found some form. So if Maureen can get them firing, why couldn't they propel themselves up the league if we're saying that West Ham, Leicester are going to drop out?
Because, as I said, Jose Mourinho. Today's game, so when you think they've turned the corner, you look, they're one-off games. I don't see Bale, about his form changing. He scored goals against freaking doo-doo pellets. No one knows who the frick they are. He scored 4 against Burnley. Burnley weren't even looking at that game to try win. They were playing attacking football. They're not bothered about that. This game, which was more serious for them, Fulham were coming out, really going at a change Fulham side that's in good form. I know they got the win, but trust me, they were lucky. Fulham got a goal disallowed for handball, unfortunately. The guy didn't know anything about it. With handball, those goals get disallowed. Bale was virtually anonymous. Son was their best player. Harry Kane, hit and miss. So it's still the same Spurs side. If they sacrifice the Europa League for the Premier League, then they have a shot. I don't know I don't know about the League Cup. I don't know if if they win that, it might propel them. It might give them a mental edge, give them confidence, let them propel up the table. If they lose, then boy, Mourinho's probably going to be sacked in the summer. So you just don't know with Spurs. You just don't know with Spurs and their football. For the same reasons you're Ole out, the football is dire at Spurs. Just ask expression. Their football is dire.
You celebrating right now, Joe?
So look, I can see us still finishing on top of Spurs. So,
oh my days, bro.
So yeah, I don't think Spurs are a real threat as of yet. That could change, but as of right now, no.
No, I hear you make valid points, but you never know with Jose. He could grind it out and try and make a late surge for the top 4 spot. Mr. KA, just on the final one. Liverpool, obviously they're currently losing right now. But their form's so up and down. I mean, Yotta's on the bench, apparently he's back, but Virgil's still a bit away from coming back. Obviously, their guy Hendo Nino is out. is out as well.
Nino.
That's what they call him, Hendo Nino.
Oh my days.
That friggin' donkey, bruv. He's a camel, bruv. But with the inconsistencies at Liverpool at the moment, can they even be said that they will make top 4 above any of these other teams at the moment? You're muted.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
You're muted.
My bad, yo. My bad, people. I didn't realize. But as I was saying, as I said, you didn't even hear me. But if they are to win top 4, to get into the top 4, they have to do it over their next. They got a small window of fixtures coming up that they have to win, because if they don't beat Fulham next season, and I'm saying that if, like, we're talking about Liverpool here, can you imagine?
Fulham are no mugs right now,
and
boy.
That's what I'm saying. Fulham they're defending really well at the moment. They're playing well as a team.
Yeah.
But Liverpool, they've got Fulham, they've got Wolves. They got the next fixtures: Fulham, Leipzig, Wolves, Arsenal, Villa, Leeds, Newcastle, Man United. So their last 4 games: Southampton, West Brom, Crystal Palace, Liverpool. But they need to get through this next section. That's going to be really tough for them, and this is going to make or break their season. Because you could argue Fulham, Wolves should all be easy games, but the way Leeds are playing, Liverpool are playing, because I saw the fixture, Leeds, Liverpool.
Yeah.
The way that Leeds, Wolves, and Fulham are all playing, and I even say Wolves because they're not as bad as they were a couple of months ago.
Yeah, true. They picked up.
If Liverpool can get through this, then they could possibly sneak top 4 with the final few fixtures that they have left with West Brom, Crystal Palace, Burnley, and Southampton. But it's going to be a test for them the way they're playing right now. Salah, he's lost his form. Mane, I don't know what's happened to Mane.
Mane's missing, bruv.
Yeah, but he's missing like his hairline right now, man. But Mane, I don't know what's happened to Mane.
Man said he's gone with his hairline.
Firmino, he's a system player, and the system's not working at the moment. It's been broke all season. So he's not doing anything right now. As you said, TJ, Hendo Nino, whatever his name is. And why do the British do this? You never hear any foreign team going, my star Brazilian is the next Henderson, bro.
My star Ronaldo.
Or my star French player is like the next Arnold, bro. I don't know why the English do it.
Bro, listen, because they know, that these foreign players are so much better than these frigging basic English players, bro. That's why. Like, you'll never hear a foreign player be like, "Oh, there's my guy Mbuni, bruv. Mbuni, bruv. They're never gonna do that because, it's just these guys, bruv. They like to make basic footballers better than what they are, bruv.
Just to think up. So then, KA, what would be your top 4?
What would be my top 4?
Yeah.
I think
right now.
If
it was to finish in the next few, then who would you say would get top 4?
I think it would be as it is right now. I think Leicester
gonna survive
4th. I think they can hold on to 4th.
You're mad.
I feel.
No,
I feel because Madison will be back within the month, and they're gonna get some. They will get a few defenders back. I don't know how long Evans is out for, but
things out for the season. Justin's out for the season. Fofana, he doesn't have a date. Actually,
I think Fofana was on the bench last game. I think
was he on the bench?
I think he was on the bench for Leicester. I haven't got it in front of me to check.
Yeah, but Barnes is out for a while as well.
Barnes out for 6 weeks.
Minimum 6 weeks. But they can cover Barnes with Albright Tendinho. They can cover Barnes with Albright and Perez. If Maddison comes back soon, I think.
So you think it'd be as it is?
I think Leicester. I think Chelsea could sneak second.
Yeah.
I think it's between Chelsea and Man United for the second and first, but I think Leicester could hold on because Everton, again, they're another team. They're a Jekyll and Hyde team. There's too many Jekyll and Hyde teams. West Ham.
Yeah, right now.
They don't. West Ham don't have the fortitude to actually really push for top 4.
Yeah.
West Ham are they're really just performing at their level. It's that everyone else is doing. Look, they're ahead of Liverpool, Tottenham, and Arsenal. Like I know Arsenal are doing bad at the moment, but really, come on, like West Ham. Go on.
No, I was going to ask TJ, what's yours?
You don't know what I want to say in it.
No. Realistically, I know you're all out, but realistically, in fact, let's just say Man City. Let's say Man City United. Who is
no?
Who's the other two?
No.
Who's the other two?
You know United could be outside of that top 4, bruv. You know that already.
Two?
Realistically, yeah. Chelsea second.
This guy's gonna put Man United above the relegation.
Chelsea second, yeah.
Yeah.
Everton third, Liverpool fourth.
No, really?
Yeah.
Come on. You were saying the other week.
West Ham 6th, Villa 7th, Arsenal 8th, United 9th, bruv.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Hey, you were saying the other week Leicester were going to finish second, though.
Nah, realistically,
yeah,
I'd say Chelsea second.
Yeah.
United third, and I'm gonna go Everton fourth. I think Liverpool just got too many inconsistencies. I'm gonna go Everton fourth.
It's not a bad shot. As I said, I think the fourth is the free for all. I think it could be anyone who wants to put a run of form together. But all of those teams, as KA said, are just Jekyll and Hyde.
No, it's true, 100%. But we shall watch this space and see what happens as the games unfold. For most teams, 11 games left in the league. Some got 12, 13, depending on whether they got games in hands or not. So we'll see how the Premier League unfolds in the upcoming weeks.